complaints made about the Doug Anthony All-Stars big gig performance of Commies for Christ in 1989 was slightly more understandable.
Mess with me, Lord, you're leaving a hearse. 1, 2, 3, bomb. Your God is a nothing God, is a mealy-mouthed God, is a weak-ass God. My God is a real tough God, is a straight-line God, is a good old boy. Your God drinks peach nectar, eats boiled fruit, can't fart out loud. My God, I'm wrestle Khrushchev. Eats meat, farts with pride.
The switchboard here in the ABC Complaints Department ran hot after the song went to air.
In those days, whatever the outrage was, it was genuine. People were outraged. I think now it's a bit of a spectator sport, as in just you can watch whole packs of people get outraged, or you can choose to join in or skip over to the next outrage or wait 10 minutes for one to come along. I think now it's a participation event as opposed to something that perhaps people felt really genuine about.
As the All-Stars, we never really set out to upset people. And certainly something like Commies for Christ was just that idea of forcing those two sort of opposing ideologies together and getting something fun out of it.
The ABC got less complaints for that than it did for this Doug Anthony All-Stars sketch with Paul McDermott pretending to bugger a horse back in the big gig days, perhaps showing how our tolerance has changed, or showing that it's Corey Bernardi that writes all the complaint letters.
Well, that horse there, that little horsey that's known as the Trojan horse, that's mainly because it's still got about 1,000 Trojans in it now. For those people that don't know, Trojans are Australia's best-selling condom. I think they were left there by the men from Snowy River.
I think horses have been sodomised for years, quite frankly. Something we don't talk about. But this was a mechanical horse. I think the idea behind that, because it was me doing the rogering of the pony, it was a comment on the crassness of the Melbourne Cup at the time and its over-commercialisation in a physical sort of way. Yeah.
Towards humans is far more acceptable on TV. Slapstick violence has been a staple of comedy since the days of Charlie Chaplin. But this sketch from the Doug Anthony All-Stars was still seen as shocking at the time.
Our enemies are after us. They're trying to kill us. Here, people, I'm afraid that we're just going to have to keep you all behind. OK, lock the bloody doors, mate.
Lock the doors!
We're going to keep you all in, people, and we're going to set an example. If no one owns up, this lady down the front's going to get it. Come up here. Get your arms over you.
Sorry.
Get down on your knees. Get down. Give me that gun. Come on, we're not bloody kidding. Come on, get your head up. Come on, you bitch.
Unfortunately, the Doug Anthony All-Stars have ruined it for the rest of us, and now the rules at the ABC say you cannot pretend to shoot an unsuspecting audience member. What a shame.
Watching that material years later, Tim and I were watching it because we were going to release the DVD of moments from the big gig, and he wept openly on the couch because he couldn't believe he did that to someone.
People always talk about the line in comedy, and the line is a very personal thing. You know, Mel Brooks says that tragedy is when I cut my finger, comedy is when you walk into an open sewer and die.
As is generally the case with comedy, one person's outrage is another's highlight.
I guess when you're making black comedy or comedy that might be considered controversial, for me it's always about, is it funny? That's the litmus test.
There are those examples of people that have overstepped the boundaries of taste in various countries where they've lost it on stage or said something on stage, and suddenly they become this global phenomenon and seen as the most sort of odious and evil person on the planet.
I would be pretty sure that both The Chaser, McFeast, Gunston, Denton, even HG and Roy, we've all got a couple of war wounds.
Now, if it's controversial and really harsh or really graphic or full-on, but ultimately not that funny, then I wouldn't bother doing it.
Should a show be changed because people might be offended? No. I think offence is one of our great rights, and we should hold close to that right. I think Australians should be proud of the fact that they have an organisation that is prepared to offend them, where so many are scared to. This is actually something that the Diggers fought for at Gallipoli.